this is part 2. Be sure to check out part 1 and get caught up. Make sure that you are subscribed and click the notifications bell to be notified when we post new videos. There's so much more to come.
All right. I want you to continue doing this eating. I want you to eat.
This chicken good.
I want you to eat. Pull the mic up a little bit.
All right.
I want you to be comfortable. I want you chomping down.
It's like a little mukbang.
Baby, listen. And they got their snacks too, goddamn it. They're going to have their motherfucking snacks. I need y'all to make sure you got your motherfucking snacks. We back on this interview.
You ain't saying my name how you used to say it back in the day.
Jayla to the motherfucking Mina.
Jayla to the motherfucking Mina.
Listen, quick little segue. When you discovered the Mona character, what is like the first couple of things that came through your brain?
I think back in the day, I don't really remember, but I think I was just like,
a fool, what the hell?
It was like, oh my God, like Mona wants to interview me. Like, I think that's what it was, because you interviewed all the girls from Bad Girls Club. And I was like, oh my God. And my little sister's like, I be watching. And I was like, what is that?
You are hilarious.
For my little sister to tell me that she was watching the Mona Simone interviews and videos and stuff on YouTube back in the day. And then when you wanted to interview me, I was like, oh my God, a bitch done got a real interview with Mona. It's up. Because that was like what, I don't know about the other girls, but because I was always into social media.
This was before blogs and
this is when we had Tumblr.
Media podcasts and all that
this
stuff.
This was media takeout days,
baby,
World Star days, catch up.
I've been in it, baby. So I'm going to read this paragraph because it's pretty long.
I wrote this?
So, no, I wrote this on the interview. So I say I want to pause because at this moment where we left off talking about Meatball and your situation. At this moment, there has been 5 seasons of Baddies, and you did BGC, the original Baddies show. We have seen women who proclaim to be baddies, from Krishan to Biggie to AHNA to you to Suki to ROLLIE, Tommy, Meatball to Seki. Do you think this wide range of women are all baddies? And what is your definition of a baddie? And does a baddie have to fight? Yeah, she eating that good chicken, baby. That's a good Publix chicken, yes indeed, baby. Like a Publix, yes indeed. That's a good Publix, baby. Yes indeed.
Clock it. No, but I think for me, I thought my phone was vibrating.
Pull it down towards you. Yes.
I think for me, every girl is not a baddie, but I feel like there isn't like a textbook definition of what a baddie looks like or what she does. For me, I feel like, in my own personal opinion, I feel like a baddie is a woman that marches to the beat of her own drum. You are unapologetically yourself. You wear what you want to wear. You dress how you want to dress. Like, if you need 3 days of self-care, you're taking 3 days of self-care. Or, if you want a vacation for the whole year, that is what you're doing. I feel like you, as a woman, determine what type of baddie you are. Are you a self-care baddie? Are you a travel baddie? Are you a skincare baddie? Or are you a fashion baddie? Like, are you into clothes? Or you decide what you like and what you're passionate about, and you move in that direction. And that's what makes you a baddie. Being a baddie is not about fighting or yelling or even having the most money or being the richest person in the room, because that shit don't really matter if you're a terrible person, or if nobody likes you, or if no one has anything good to say about you. Nobody cares how much money the next person got. A baddie is someone that can not only stand up for themselves, but stand up for their friends and tell the truth and speak up when that time comes. A baddie is someone that is a leader and a free thinker. A baddie is a woman that sees another woman hurt or crying and steps in to ask her if she's okay or if she needs anything. A baddie is someone that does things without the cameras on, purely for the goodness of their soul and just being a good person and not worrying about who's watching or how many likes a video or something is going to get. A baddie is someone that helps the people around them from the most genuine places of their heart without speaking on it or reminding others of the blessings or the favors that they have helped them with. A baddie is someone that genuinely wants to see other people win and succeed in life because they did not get those same handouts or privileges. So they want to extend opportunities to others. I can go on and on about what my definition of a baddie is or what a baddie is or what it ain't, because perception is reality. But for me and where I stand today, a baddie is a woman that, like I said, is unapologetically her and doesn't mind being a big sister when needed, doesn't mind being a voice when needed, doesn't mind being in a room and championing for others when needed. A baddie is a baddie is a woman that does things without looking for accolades or to be given a pat on the back after good deeds have been done.
All right. So, Mona about to come out real quick because Mona got to be a little messy. Okay. So, what's going on, Jayla to the motherfucking Ming now? What's going on? Listen, so I want to be messy. I'm going to name 3 broads, and you got to let me know if they're a baddie or nah.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? You ready to keep it 100, Jayla? You going to keep it 100 now?
Keep it 100.
All right. So, is Rollie a baddie?
No.
Oh, you said that quick.
No.
You said that real quick. All right.
Your physical appearance is not what makes you a bad bitch. And I know that Rollie used to be a fat girl that went and got surgery, and now she's skinny, and she looks good. Don't get me wrong.
She ain't skinny, girl.
Not skinny. Excuse me. Rollie was a heavy set woman.
Shade.
Rollie was a heavy set woman that went and had surgery, to improve her appearance, however you want to slice it and dice it. And I feel like you can improve your appearance as much as you want to, but until you get to the core issues of what happened to you growing up or like your real issues, you still the same bitch. You just changed your clothes.
Hey.
So to me, Rollie is not a baddie. And the reason why I say that is because Rollie picks and chooses her battles. I mean,
she said that on the thing. She said it.
But when other people pick and choose their battles,
she got a whole problem.
She got a whole problem with it.
Yes, ma'am. Clock.
You know what I'm saying? And she tries to make it seem like that bitch is a motherfucking bully, and she got a lot of negativity and hate in her heart. She is a fat, insecure bitch on the inside. I don't care how many surgeries she's had. I don't care how much weight she lost. That insecure shit is embedded in her, and it's deep down in her soul. You can look in that whole eyes and see the jealousy. And that's just, it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. I don't give a fuck how nice she try to be. I don't care how much or whatever. When that hoe came out onto that balcony and she hit Slim, and you seen the look in her eyes when she hit her. When Slim was on that balcony, you know what scene I'm talking about when we was at that cabin. You seen the devil in that whole eyes. That bitch is evil. And she might call people out, and she might say this or she might say that. And you know what? I don't even really got no real issue with Rollie or not. I'm just calling a spade a spade. She's very insecure, and she's not a girl's girl. She came for Natalie every single chance that she got while we was filming to try to make it seem like Natalie wasn't a good EP or Natalie wasn't a good boss or Natalie wasn't a good friend. Only time she really cozied up under Natalie was when me and Natalie had an issue towards the end of the season. And then it was like, okay, let's go laugh at Jayla and let's go have a moment. But if you think about it, anytime before then, she was always trying to correct Natalie or tell Natalie how she wasn't doing her job the right motherfucking way. But the moment Natalie fell out with her friend, you used that as an opportunity to cozy up under Natalie and try to get closer to her in a moment of weakness. I see everything for exactly what the fuck it is. Trust me.
All right. Girl number 2, is Summer a baddie?
Nope.
Ooh.
No, Summer is a stinking pussy, loud mouth, no couth having bitch.
Ooh.
And I'm just being real about it. Like, I didn't have no issue with Summer. Like, it was a lot of times, like when we first started filming, and I would go up to Summer and be like, I like you, you real cool. Like, oh, so what you got going on? Like, you know, like, and she told me like she had 2 kids and she was from St. Louis, or like, we didn't get to have a lot of conversations because she still lived in the house. But I always told Summer, like, you know, just keep being you. Like, you gonna be a star bitch. Like, cause I seen it in her. So when we was on the tractor that day and she was like, well, what it was the night before we were on the tractor. The night before we were on the tractor, she said the whole stick in the mud, ass up the ass comment to me. And I was like, really, you feel like that? And she's like, yeah, Jayla, because, you know, we ain't got a chance to get to know you like that and whatever. And I'm like, well, I don't live in the house with y'all. And like, when we film, it's always chaos. So how do you really think that you're going to get to for real know me if, number one, I don't live in the house with you? And when I see you on set, there ain't nothing but a bunch of fighting and yelling going on. And if you want to get to know me, how come you ain't come up to me and asked me questions like I walked up to you and asked you questions? I walked up to a lot of the new girls and at the very least asked them, oh, what's your name? Where you from? Or very simple things, just common decency. All of them, every single girl, every single one of them. Can't nobody never say that I walked past them on set and dismissed them.
Even Big Lex?
Even her.
Okay.
Yeah, me and her had, actually, I'm glad you said that because now I can segue. So, actually, I'm going to call my assistant and let her tell you.
Oh, wait, what? What's going on?
I'm going to call my assistant. My assistant, her name is Santasia. She's more like my little sister than my assistant. I hope that she's available. Santasia, hey.
Yeah, sexy.
Thank you. You look so beautiful.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting right here and I'm doing this interview right now, highly anticipated. And so I was telling the interviewer that, you know, during the season, I had a lot of conversations with the girls off camera, right? And so then he asked me if I ever had a conversation with Big Legs and, you know, pretty much how that went, right? What happened? I said I was going to call you and let you say it. I'm not going to say, you say it.
You mean, okay, so you mean Halloween when you guys came for the confessionals, we was all here. And
Where were we at? No, so where were we for the confessionals? What city were we in for the confessionals?
everyone flew to LA. So I was around y'all because we was all out. You know, we celebrate Halloween before Halloween time. We was out every week, every day, all day. So I ended up being around LEX for the first time. We was in for some reason they put me, you, LEX, and Pretty Pete in the van together, all the 4 of us. And basically y'all talking about how she knows you're a designer and how she looks up to you and she wants to model and she gave her one of your models and she's so mad that this season had to do this to y'all, which is why I was gagging because I thought y'all were just fake beef for the camera because she was so nice to you in person. So when everything came out and y'all was fake going back and forth on social media, I'm like, wait, you told me that you liked her in real life. It's because the camera and production was basically telling you it had to give what it was supposed to give for Jayla. So why is it for Jayla when you literally say you look up at her and you want to be one of her culture cuties? Model. Miami, you were bringing up Miami Film Week, bitch. Because I told her I was your model and I walked for you, and she was like, "Oh my God, really? That's all I want. I just want that. I don't want to be this girl." And I brought her up to you and asked her why she was acting like that when the bitch said she wanted to be one of your models, but she don't like Jayla because Jayla and she would, but she went to be the face of Jayla's brand.
Well, I mean,
I didn't open my mouth and say nothing. You ain't see me coach nobody. You asked me the question, did I pick up my phone? You seen it in real time. Thank you, Santasia, so much. You are so lovely and beautiful. I love you. I will see you on the runway in Miami. I'll see you at Miami Swim Week. Love. See you in Forbes. See you in Vogue. Oh, you're in Vogue. She's actually in my Vogue spread.
Child, yes,
But-
ma'am.
But saying that to say, like, when we first started filming, I never had no problem with Lex. To me, she was perfect. She was the epitome of the type of girl that I want to work with, because Normal Culture is a brand that is for tall women. I'm a tall woman. I'm 5'9". It was always hard for me to find clothes that fit my legs growing up. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make jeans. I love making jeans. I can look at you right now. I know what size waist you have and what size inseam you need, just from you sitting there right now.
Okay. Don't let me put you to the test now, because you might get it wrong, baby. You might get it.
You give me like 36, 34.
Oh, but she gave me weight, baby. She gave me weight. I'm a 32.
You 32?
Yes, I'm a 32. 34 is the length.
But I know 34 is length, but it's because you're sitting and your
You
thighs
don't
be a
really
little,
see my waist.
I can't really see your waist,
Yeah,
but
34 is definitely the length, though. Yes, indeed. I've been trying to get to
32, you slim trim.
33. Yeah, I've been trying to get to 33. 33, 34 comfortably. But yeah,
But
that's some tea now.
but saying that to say, and so, you know, and one thing about me is I'm never
Feeling my
going
tea.
to I'm never going to negatively speak on people and just knock them down. 'Cause I'm just not that kind of person. I don't what happened between me and the next person. I'm not cut like that. And I'm never going to give anyone that type of satisfaction. But the truth is the truth. When I met her, the day before we started filming, we had like a big company meeting, like a big group meeting. Just saying, hey, everybody, welcome, you know, like just like for the camaraderie. Like we do that. We have big meetings like as a group where it's like talent, production, camera, crews, everybody that's on
Makes
it.
sense, yeah.
All of us, all of it, like there's a big meeting that happens. And so after the meeting, I remember seeing her. She had this cute little burgundy hair in with little shoe. And I was like, damn, she cute. I was like, oh, she on the show. Like, oh, she's a cute girl. And when I saw her, I was like, oh, you know, she's tall and she's cute. I was like, oh, I'm using her for Normal Culture. Like, I already had it in my mind that I was going to use Lex as the face of Normal Culture from Baddies, because I had never done that before. That was what I had in mind. And I even told her that. I was like, when I met you, you know, when I spoke to you that first night and you were just so nice, she was so happy to meet me. The energy was so good between us. And the next day we got on set and it was just a 180. And I was like, what? Because, I mean, and like I said, that was my own selfish thoughts. Like, oh, you know, she's tall, she's beautiful. Like, my brand represents that. You know, because I ain't gonna sit up here and say she no ugly girl. Like that would be me being a hater.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. She's not an ugly girl, and she's tall, and she fits the aesthetic of what my brand represents. I am a runway model. I go and get the best of the best to do what I do every year for Miami Swim Week. That is a girl that could have potentially been either the face of my brand or somebody that I put on my runway and done a lot of work with, because I've also worked with other girls that are her height or taller than her. I make my clothes for us. And so when she came on set and she wanted to argue and fight with me for whatever the reasons were, it was a little disheartening to me, because I had my own plan in mind when I saw her. I saw her and I immediately was like, damn, I'm using this bitch. Like when we finish, this bitch finna be the face of Normal Culture. We finna run this shit up. Like I finally have a baddie that represents what I see for Normal Culture. Just off of me just seeing her that one time. You know, when you see it, you see it.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna take nothing away from it. I'm not here to dim nobody's light. And so when we got into it or whatever, I had to take a step back. And it was like, even like I had ordered like a bunch of like clothes and shoes and stuff like that. And like I ordered a pair of shoes and they were a little too big for me. And I knew that she could fit this one pair of shoes in particular because they were too big for me. And she's like, you know, bigger than I am. So I know she could fit them. And I even told her, I was like, I want to give you something, but I don't want to give it to you on camera because I don't want to make it seem like you a charity case or nothing like that. But I do have something that I want to give you. But whenever it came down like to us filming and stuff like that, it was just always so much chaos going on. And so I never got a chance to give her the shoes that I wanted to give her that I ordered that were a little too big for me. But I even told her, I was like, I got a pair of shoes for you. I want to give them to you, but I don't want to give them to you on camera like it was suggested from one of our other castmates. I was like, I don't want to do that because I'm just not that kind of person. I would rather just give them to you because I want you to have them because I can't fit them. And this was even after we fought that first time, like in the little living room area or whatever, that little, because I don't know you, girl. Like, what are we doing this for? Yeah. It was never that deep to me, but
that's crazy.
It was, but I never end up giving her the shoes because we just kept every single time. So it was just never meant to be, but my heart was always in the right place. Like, because for me, it's like, I didn't come into this trying to look and see who my next competition was because I don't look at none of y'all as competition. Respectfully, y'all not my competition. Yeah. And it's not to say like, I feel like I'm better than them.
No one can be Jayla. No one can be Wes. No one can be Tristan.
I am, exactly. I am unapologetically me. And when I look in the mirror, I don't got no competition. And it's not, like I said, I don't feel like I'm better than the next person, but I just feel like where I am in my life and what I'm doing and the blessings that God has for me is specifically for me. Ain't no competition when you in your own lane. I'm in my own lane. I'm doing my own thing. I'm a bald-headed woman. I've been bald for 8 years, and I got a wig on today. I wear white every single day. How many bald-headed women that wear white do you know?
I like your low cut. I love
it. But you get what I'm saying? I'm my own person. I'm not trying to compete with nobody. I just want to be me, and I just want to be happy. I want to laugh. I want to make some jokes at an inappropriate time. And smoke my weed and drink my liquor and wear.
Have a smoking session, child.
You smoke weed?
Yeah.
I was gonna bring some weed, but I ain't really know what the vibe was giving, so I left it at home. Baby, I wish I would have knew.
That's because we so business, child. Look, you live right down the block. Girl. What you talking about? Child. Let's do it. I be seeing you at these clubs and stuff. I'm like, I don't get no invite, child.
Now I know. Yeah. Now I know.
Yeah. So we gonna wrap up this list though. You said Rollie, no. You said Summer, no. What about Ivory?
I like Ivory.
That's not the question.
Is Ivory a baddie?
A baddie.
I think Ivory is a baddie. Okay. You asked me Rollie, Summer, and Ivory. I feel like I gotta be fair. I have my own reasons for having my opinions on Rollie and my opinions on Summer.
Okay.
I do not feel like Summer is a motherfucking baddie. She ain't.
Okay.
Rollie, I can say that I do in real life. Rollie is a baddie. She's her own person. She marches to the beat of her own drum. And one thing I will say about Rollie is even though I don't like all of her antics, Rollie is not really a follower. She will go against the grain. If we be like, oh, we ain't fucking with the newbies, Rollie would be like, well, the newbies ain't did shit to me and y'all bitches tripping. Y'all. So I like the fact that Rollie doesn't just go with the crowd.
Okay.
Whenever we all be on bullshit, if that ain't how she feels, she not joining in with it. So I will say that, and I like a person with their own mind. So I have to, refute my other statement. I got to take that one back. So I got to give Rollie her baddie card. She's been around for a long time. She's done a lot for the franchise. And no matter how I feel about her personally, Rollie is a baddie. Okay. She is.
Okay.
You get on my nerves, bitch, and I really can't stand you sometimes. And we have our little, but I can't knock you. I can't knock you, and I gotta give credit where credit is due. You get on my nerves, and you made me mad this last episode because y'all bitches shouldn't have been sitting up talking about me, and y'all hurt my feelings. But you a baddie, and you one of our baddie sisters, so I'm gonna give credit where credit is due.
Okay.
But you do get on my fucking nerves, bitch.
Okay.
But that Summer, she's not a baddie, and she stinks. Her pee stinks, and she pees in the Sprinter and in public places, and her pee stinks. So no, she's not a baddie. And then Ivory, I like Ivory. I think Ivory is a cool ass bitch. Even though me and her fought, we didn't really want to fight though. That was like
I could tell.
That was a little pity pat.
Yeah, I could tell.
That was a little pity pat.
I could tell.
But you know what? I like Ivory. We had a cute little moment together, like off camera or whatever. And Ivory actually has the same birthday as my younger sister, or one of my younger sisters. But you know, I think Ivory is a bad bitch. She stand on her own. She'll get out there. She'll get in the paint. And I feel like Ivory is a little misunderstood because she kind of got like a tough exterior. But when you really get to know her, like she got this soft, cute little voice. And like, you know, like when you're sitting around talking to her, she's actually like girly and you know what I'm saying? Like she's cutesy.
I don't know Ivory from the other network, but watching her on this season, I was like, I like her.
She's likable. Ivory is very likable.
Yeah,
She is. I feel like she kind of get a little bit of flack because she's known to be like a fighter and it's like a tough persona that kind of come with it. But when I really just, and I don't know a lot about her, but just having a few conversations with her and just like when the cameras was off and us just hanging out or whatever, like I like her.
After Gretchen took a bite out of crime, why did you decide to come back to Midwest?
I decided to come back to Midwest after being bitten because I am never going to just lay it down. Like, I don't never want nobody to feel like they won at my expense. Like, my mama always says, you can get knocked down, but never knocked out.
I saw on social media that Natalie had to like fight for you to come back on Midwest.
Natalie had to fight for me to come back. So it was a lot that happened during Caribbean with like me and like some of the producers. Like one day, one of the producers walked into my room and I was in the shower and we kind of got in like an argument because I was in the shower and I was supposed to be like getting my hair and makeup done or whatever. And I was like, I'm bald headed. Like my hair is done. I'm in the shower. All I got to do is put some conditioner in it. And I have great skin, so I ain't got to put on no makeup. My clothes is on the bed. So go bother somebody else.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
and so and it went, I ain't gonna say it like kind of like went up between me and her, but at the end of the day, like I'm a grown ass woman, so I'm not finna let nobody talk to me crazy. I don't give a fuck who you are. Bitch, have some respect when you talking to me. And it ain't no shade to her, like not literally to her, bitch. But I'm just saying, like, when you talking to me,
to a grown person, anybody, yeah,
talk to me the way that you want to be talked to. I'm not your motherfucking child.
Click the empty glasses. Click the empty glasses. Yes, indeed.
Let me tell you something. I'm a grown ass woman. I'm 35 years old. I ain't got no kids, so I feel like sometimes people trying to try to treat me like I'm a child because there's still like a youthful essence there. I'm grown as fuck, and I'm just as grown as you.
Period. So you come back to Midwest, and I'm looking at this cast, and I'm like, child. In my mind, I don't know about y'all mind, I'm like, why the hell is J-Lo on this shit here? Like, what is this about to give? She like, can I have some more, please? She like, what is
more
this about
porridge,
to give?
please.
And so Midwest starts, and we get an episode of the girls coming to the dinner. And, well, not the dinner, because y'all never damn it eat on the show. But y'all go into the restaurant, and we get this moment between Diamond and Rollie. And Rollie feels that she needs to, fight Diamond because of the child and da-da-da-da. There's a moment where you and Taseki are talking to Diamond. I don't know if you remember that moment or what was said, but it kind of seemed like y'all was either A, bigging her up or being supportive. Do you recall what that was and what the exchange was?
No.
Okay.
You know what? I be wanting to like pull stuff back out of like my memory bank. I can pull it a little bit, but I don't really remember it because we drink. So I feel like we drink so much and it be so much going on. That shit's so chaotic.
Thinking back then, who do you think won the fight?
Between Rollie and Diamond? They both was going at it. I can't really remember.
She giving me a PC answer, y'all. She giving me a PC answer.
What is a PC answer? Politically correct?
correct.
I don't really remember.
We don't need another Biggie moment.
Let me say something. I don't want to fight Rollie or Diamond because Diamond is a bitch. When she fights you, she gonna fight you 10 times. She don't stop. Rollie will fight you a couple times and then it be over and then it's over.
Yeah, she be tired.
Diamond, you think it's over and a week later you can punched upside your head out of nowhere and y'all just said baddie shot o'clock. No, I don't.
Do you
I come in peace.
Do you think you copped a plea with Ivory at that restaurant? Cause y'all was both a little cute with it. Now, I'm gonna give it to y'all both. You was a little cute with it. She was like, there's no problem, but if there need to be a problem, it could be one. And she was like, well, I'm in the same room as you, so tell me when you're ready. It was real cute. So, but was there pressure? What was it given?
I mean, honestly, for me, it was never no pressure on my end. I feel like the internet kind of bigged it up to more than what it was.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want it to be that.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of handled the situation the way that I did. Because if I had a real issue with you, if I had real pressure with you, I would have let that be known.
Yeah.
But she kept it cute and I kept it cute. It was borderline respectful on both parts. It was a little catty, but it was still respectful. But like I said, in that moment, I was like, well, if it need to be an issue, it can be, but it really ain't one. Or however I, said it or whatever, right. Because that's kind of how I feel. It really ain't no issue, but if it gotta be, it can. But girl, I don't know you, but that's why I feel like when we fought and afterwards, I was like, you good? Because you ain't never seen me call a truce with nobody. I don't call truces.
Yeah.
If you want to fight, we're going to fight to the end and the end and the end and the end. But it was with Ivory, I don't know you. I never met you before. We've never interacted before. We really kind of on some internet shit right now. And I'm not really an internet type of girly. So it's I'm not really finna do this. If we got to fight it out to make sure that we can keep our job in this moment, because that's what it came down to. Either we gonna fight or we ain't finna have no job, bitch. Let's go ahead and do what we gotta do so we keep our job.
I don't know what it is about the people out there, but I love Akbar.
Me too. I talked to her that's my girl. She messy, but that's my bitch.
She dope. And
that's my Q-tip twin.
She was one of, in my opinion, one of the realest ones as considered a special guest or newbie or whatever.
It's very authentic.
Brought to the set. And I was like, I like her. Why do you think people don't like her?
People do not like Akbar because Akbar is very opinionated and there's no filter on the things that Akbar says. And a lot of people feel like when Akbar speaks that she trying to little girl them or act like she they mama because she's a know-it-all ass type of bitch. And it don't bother me because I'm also a know-it-all ass type of bitch.
That's what I'm saying, but that's the thing right there. Listen to all y'all.
It don't bother me.
All of y'all out there.
I'm a know-it-all. Let me tell you something. I'm a know-it-all, micromanaging, will tell you how to fix your life and don't even know shit about your life ass bitch. I am one of those. And so when Akbar does it, it don't bother me because I do shit like that. But we do it in different ways. Our delivery is different. And so I know that her intentions be good, but Atlanta. Akbar is a real Atlanta bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We both from Atlanta, but she a different type of Atlanta bitch than me.
I think it's the same thing with you, though, in terms of if you are confident in what you delivering, you ain't worried about what the next bitch is saying at all. And I tweeted this, or maybe Mona tweeted this, regarding you, that we have never seen Jelaminah fight a pretty bitch. We ain't never seen it.
Pretty girls like me.
Pretty girls don't have a problem with Jayla. Now, some of y'all may be like, oh no, this girl is pretty, this girl is pretty. But she don't exude that. She very insecure. So insecure bitches make you a not pretty bitch to me. That's all I'm saying. And so when I think about all the people you fought, it just and then I feel the same way for Akbar. If you only got a problem with Akbar, if you got a problem with yourself. You only got a problem with Jayla if you got a problem with yourself.
And that's why me and Akbar get along so good. And some people even ask me, same thing when, how Natalie kind of gets a bad rap. And people like, oh, Jayla, why are you friends with Natalie? People would be like, Jayla, why do you like Akbar? And I think maybe I'm one of those people where I just get to know people that are misunderstood and I see the good in them. Or I see the parts of them that other people are refusing to see that are still right there in front of us. Because a lot of people have preconceived notions about others, and like a lot of people have already made their mind up about who people are and who they aren't.
Yeah.
And so for me, like with Akbar, I'm not even gonna say like homegirl, but with Akbar, it's like she's cool as fuck. And what y'all don't know is like when them cameras cut and when everybody laying down at their hotel room or whatever, Akbar pick up the phone and call me and ask me how I'm doing, call me and pray with me, you know? And I'm not a person, I don't let everybody pray for me. The first time Akbar wanted to pray with me, I had to ask God if it was okay for her to pray with me or to pray over me because I don't openly allow people to do that. And I don't open my spirit up to that because you can't let everybody pray over you or pray with you because everybody's intentions ain't good. And so when I prayed to God, I said, if she's really who she says she is, if she's really a woman of God, let that be reconfirmed with the message that she delivers or what she says off of her tongue. Let me know that she is a true woman of God based off of what she's saying. Let it be reconfirmed in my spirit. And there were certain things that she said that was reconfirmed in my spirit. And I knew, I was like, okay, yeah, she like me. We're a little bit crazy. We be out here acting all, but God live in us.
I feel it.
We the same type of folks.
I feel it.
So I see her, look, we see each other.
Right.
So, yeah.
AHNA was crying over Biggie, well, seemingly crying over Biggie not helping her out in a lot of the altercations that she would get into. Did you understand where she was coming from? And was this storyline a part of the season exaggerated, or is that just because we see Biggie don't fight unless she want to, I guess. I don't know what it is about Biggie, but sometimes she fights, sometimes she don't. But then that particular crying moment carries throughout the season, and then she ends up jumping in or jumping new with AHNA. So what is that given? What is that?
I feel like it's just one of those things. It's like when you in a baddie universe or even like Bad Girls Club or whatever, and you make friends with somebody, even though we only there for like a certain amount of time or like a short time span, you feel like them your friends. Like you feel like these your people, like this your tribe. Like you figure out who your alliance is going to be with or who your alliances are.
Okay.
Or, you know, like your commonalities. You kind of like find your people within the group. And once you find your people within the group, it's like, okay, bitch, I got your back. You got my back. All right, we got each other back. And you really be expecting for people to like stand on that or live on that. And when people don't, it's so heartbreaking because it's like, I would have never did you like that, bitch. Like, bitch, how many conversations did we have?
Yeah.
If you knew you wasn't really cut like that, you should have been like, okay, bitch, well, you know, whew, I can have my back, but from over here.
Do you feel like all the girls, all the women in that car at the time was ganging up on Biggie? Like, Biggie, you should stand up for AHNA. You should stick up for AHNA. You don't do this for AHNA. It seemed like everybody had an opinion.
Well, I'm not going to say she was ganged up on, but I don't feel like nobody was necessarily wrong because AHNA is smaller than all of us, but she be willing to stick herself out there for the people that she with. She get in the paint. AHNA is a girl that will get in the paint, win, lose, or draw, whether she's defending herself and her honor or whether she's defending someone else and their honor, you know what I mean? Or sticking up for somebody else. And so I feel like when you know that you got somebody like that in your corner, especially when they small like that, you gotta ride for them. Because you know this, I know that little bitch is gonna ride for me. That bitch is gonna ride for me. I would be less of a woman if I didn't reciprocate that or ride for her just as tough. So I can't say why Biggie do or did what she did or didn't do when it comes to her and the AHNA situation. It's unfortunate, but I guess you got to interview Biggie and Teddy and ask her what happened.
That would be an interesting child.
See, she got to bring Teddy. You want to interview her and Teddy or just Biggie?
Just
Or just
Biggie.
Teddy?
Just Biggie. Child, Teddy and Mona need to do an interview. That would be a
cute.
mess.
That would be a key.
That would be a
That
high
would be a key.
shitty miss. Boom, 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 boom. Emma fights Scotty because she is boring. Was she told by someone to say this?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I feel like I feel like on the internet people have so many like preconceived notions or like prejudgments of like who we are.
Yeah.
And so I feel like if everybody on the internet is saying, "Oh, Scotty, you're boring. Scotty, you're boring," then a girl coming into the show with no angle or no storyline is going to use that to try to make it a thing. And
That's
so
little girl energy. That's little girl energy.
we don't.
That's not baddie energy,
It is
okay?
not at all.
That's not. Yeah, your phone is going off.
You see it?
Yes, indeed. All right, now I got to read this one here because I want to make sure I read it right. So I loved Big Lex in the beginning when she stood up for herself on the bus. She fights in the grass and does her thing, the whole beginning of the show.
Right.
But then she calls you a bully, and it was giving Emma coming out the ass with this storyline or whatever the case may be. Thoughts and what we didn't see. First off, do you think you are or ever in your life have been a bully? This is a real question now.
I don't think that I'm a bully. What it is with me is I don't fuck with people and I don't bother people. And so when I'm put in a position to feel like I have to defend myself, I don't have a threshold that says stop or that's enough or you did too much. Because I'm so calm, cool, and collected in real life, in my everyday life, where I don't even raise my voice. I don't raise my voice.
Do you think you did too much with Gretchen?
No.
Do you think you did enough?
I did just enough and I could have done more.
Okay.
And so for me, that's why I say like, I'm not a bully because I don't start with people. I didn't start any of it. I asked like with Gretchen, I asked a question. That was never my beef. With Biggie, I kind of caught astray because I was having a conversation with my friend. The situation with Callie, you pretty much wanted to fight me because I fought your friend and I wasn't letting up. And even if we take it back to Bad Girls Club, a lot of these situations and arguments or even altercations that I've had with these women over the last 10 years, it don't even really be my beef. It be me standing up or sticking up for other people or calling people out for shit that's not right. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It be me calling people out for shit that's not right. And think back, go all the way back to Bad Girls Club. Now,
Lauren was your bestie.
me and Lauren was cool because Lauren, let me tell you something. Lauren is from Covington, Georgia. I went to middle school and high school in Covington, Georgia. I went to Clemens Middle School and I went to Newton High School. Those are both in Covington, Georgia. Lauren was from that same area. So even on Bad Girls Club, I was actually cool with everybody in the house.
Okay.
But they didn't like the twins. And I was a little bit more cooler with the twins.
Yes. That was
And so when y'all act like y'all don't like them, it's like, these my bitches. So if y'all don't like them, y'all don't like me either because
Right.
I'm not finna let all of y'all gang up on them and me
Right.
be a part of the gang up. That's some weak, lame ass shit. Like I was never doing that. Like that was just the lamest shit ever. Like, cause they were so cute and cool. And they're from Georgia as well. They're from like Kennesaw area.
Okay.
Like right outside of Atlanta. And I'm from the South Side. And then Lauren was from Covington. And I used to live in Covington. So it was like I had little connections with certain girls. And even if we weren't like the bestest of friends, but I could go like, for instance, remember like when we was in the yard and we had got like we had did like the little tan and me and the girls popped the cans and was drinking the beer and like I burnt my ABCs and like, cause I'm just a country fun bitch. Like I know how to get along with everybody.
Girl, I got to ask you, girl, why didn't you, cause you know we hear that you a girl's girl. We hear that you didn't really have beef for real with Ivory. We hear that you was really in the mix of trying to get to know folks, and you know, you seasoned, you done been through this. Why on God's green and blue earth, or whoever you believe in, why didn't you tell Ivory that she was knotted up after she fought Big Lex? And it seemed like, I'm not gonna say she fought Big Lex for you, but you were already having a conversation in the motion, and then she just ran up on Big Lex. And so you and Akbar were there.
I don't think that she in that moment, she wasn't fighting Lex for me, because you got to remember her and Lex had already had
the fight, their
issues on the bus and like whatever happened in the front yard or like, I think whatever. So they already had their issues that Ivory wanted to get her one off on. And I appreciated Ivory coming in the room, you know, after I fought her and fighting her too, like, or whatever, because it was, you know, whatever. It was fire. But in that moment, you know, when she said it, I wasn't going to add insult to injury. Like, I'm not finna say, yeah, bitch, you got to not here, not there, because I knew you came in there basically not only defending your honor, but also she was kind of like standing up for both of us. And so I'm not finna be like, yeah, bitch, you knotted the up.
But
like,
you went in that confessional, girl.
And I said, I could not see.
Girl, don't do it, girl.
But
don't.
only reason, no, I'm gonna say this, and that wasn't, and you know what, Ivory, I'm sorry that I said that, because if I hurt your feelings, because that's my bitch. Like, I really love her. Like, that's my little boo.
Girl,
like,
you're not gonna sit here and say you don't see the shade.
No, but I know it's a little shady, but I wasn't gonna get on. No, but when the producers asked me about it, I wasn't finna get on there and be like, yeah, my bitch was knotted the up. Like, I wasn't gonna say nothing crazy like to embarrass her, but I mean, it was like a little jokey joke, but it was like a calm, you know, it wasn't anything to where I
Have
feel
y'all
like,
had a conversation about that?
Like after?
Yeah, like we done, and that was episodes of
no, well, I feel like we seen each other after that. We seen each other a little bit after that, or like whatever. But we never really had like a for real conversation about it. But I think like we still follow each other like on social media, or whatever. And like, I don't think there's not even, I don't think, but.
So it was purely playful on your end, and just a TV moment.
It was, for me, it was literally just a TV moment, because I didn't want to say nothing negative about her after her fight. So I was just like, and when it was like, oh, so when Ivory said, I was like, I could not see, like, and I knew that it would be a play off of the word not, because she said that, but my intentions are always good. Like, I don't go into no situation with malicious intent or really trying to like harm or like hurt nobody's feelings or whatever.
I'm gonna be messy again.
Okay.
Because you know, you gotta be messy sometimes.
Look, okay.
Right.
If I ain't got nothing, I ain't got no motivational quotes, I ain't got nothing.
And I don't want no,
if a mother play with you,
you gotta pick one, baby. You gotta pick one. And I'm gonna need you to pick one. Say one or the other. Don't say, I don't know. Give me a name.
Oh, so you want me to be the bad guy?
Yeah.
The big bad wolf.
I mean, I already said who won the fight, but I'm gonna ask you, who won the fight in your opinion? Diamond or Akbar? I know you like them both. We could like them both, friend. But I need an opinion.
It was a tie.
Baby, she don't want to answer. Listen.
No, okay. I really think Akbar won that fight.
Akbar won that fight.
Akbar won that motherfucking fight.
Won that.
And let me tell you something. The Queen of Atlanta, that's my bitch right there. Akbar,
you won.
Let me tell you something.
Period. And I wasn't even there.
Me, that's my Big Valerie, bitch. You know you won that fight. You did what you had to do, bitch.
Akbar won that fight. Another reason why I
did what she had to do, and
another reason why I like Akbar, and some of y'all kids out there, y'all children, y'all say I'm biased. I'm not biased. I like what I like, and I like who I like. I like when people stand on things that I can connect with. Akbar, she don't give who you are, what you got going on. She gonna speak her piece. And when she was saying how she felt, Diamond, and I like Diamond too, but Diamond wanted to do her 1-2 or whatever. When Akbar stood up, I said, oh Lord Jesus. Akbar ate down. But how do you feel about Akbar spitting though?
Honestly, I'm not really with that. Excuse me.
Pull the mic to you. Baby, you done had like 9 glasses. Y'all.
It's giving holiday.
Listen.
I got the bike.
Listen.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. Yes, she emptied the bottle, baby. What you call it? Mwe? What is it called? the name of the wine.
Miomi. No, let me bring that because I need a product placement. Let me see this. Miomi. I'm gonna tell you something. I've been drinking Miomi since I lived in Houston. I used to be a bar manager at a sports bar in Houston where I was selling my hats and t-shirts after Bad Girls Club in 3rd Ward. And
baby, you drink that whole bottle, baby.
we used to drink Miomi, or not we used to drink, but Miomi was one of the brands that we used to carry inside of the bar. Baby, this is that girl. And it's not, like I say, it's very cost effective. It's very affordable, but it tastes real good.
Yes.
For a red wine drinker, it's smooth on the palate. It's not bitter like where you gotta.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it was a different
Can y'all
taste.
please, Pinot Noir, excuse me. Miomi, please. Pinot Noir is my favorite red wine.
You is a fool, and I love it. I love
The
it.
product placement for us.
I love it. Hey, I'm with it.
Send me that clip.
I'm definitely going to. Were you against the prank on Ivory and Lex? What didn't we see? Obviously, it was a TV moment. We get that.
I didn't know that it happened. So what happened was
didn't you go?
okay. So
wasn't you in the
me
room?
and some,
No,
me,
you
no,
wasn't in the room.
no. What happened was me and either Rollie or like one of the other. No, I don't know if it was Rollie. Me and one of the other girls were downstairs looking at the names that were on the doors, and we was kind of like walking around like, oh, they got them together. We didn't know that they switched the names upstairs, because if you go back and watch the episode, I don't remember who it was. I want to say it might have been me and Rollie. I don't remember. Anyway, it was me and one of the other OGs. We was walking around the house and we was in the basement and we was just like, oh, they got this girl over here. Oh, they room cute. Like we were told to just give commentary. And then when we get back upstairs, the rooms got different names on them. We ain't changing no names downstairs because we wasn't really thinking about that. We just was like, oh, they in the room together. Oh my, just like giving our reaction to it. We get upstairs, the motherfucking names has changed, and goddamn, you would think Vladimir Putin had landed in America and called Trump a bitch ass nigga. The way them bitches acted up in that living room.
Hey, it was at it.
Kim Jong-un was in that motherfucker. You hear what I'm saying to you? The way that them bitches was banging.
But y'all told them on camera. We saw y'all tell them it was just a joke.
They ain't give a and you want to know what it was, even after we told them that it was a joke. And this is why I go back to lights, camera, action, because Lex be trying to play like she's like this girl's girl and like she's so just like for the people or whatever. I seen the producers coach her. I saw the producer coach her after the scene, and she's like, I did good. Like, you went to a producer and got confirmation off of what the they told you to do in the scene. Because I walked past the laundry room or whatever the secondary room was. If this the room over here where these signs are, I'm gonna break the fourth wall. This sign right here, where these signs are right here, that's the room that they was in this corner where them bitches was fighting at. And you walk past a little hallway right here, across that catwalk, there was a room right there before you walked into that room. I don't remember if it was a bedroom or a laundry room or a bathroom. But when I walked past that room, Lex was in that motherfucking room talking to one of the producers, asking them if she did a good job and did what they wanted her to do.
Well.
So with that being said, they had already, so you got to remember, TV land is different than regular life.
Of course.
We had already been there. They was already in separate rooms. They already knew. She knew that was already Ivory's fucking room.
Yeah, Ivory said that.
So for the cameras, even if they switch the names on the room, why you, even if y'all bitches had been into it or whatever, why you just didn't keep it? You could have played her 50. You could have played it cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't even have to give all of that where y'all fought down in the room, but that's a bitch that's always looking for a moment. She's a weirdo. She always, because it wasn't even given that. Y'all had been in the house already. Y'all had already chosen y'all's rooms. So when the cameras came up and they put y'all's name on the same room, why you didn't play the game like it was supposed to be played? Why did you feel like you had to fight this girl 11 times and then say, oh no, I'm staying right here in the room? You so anti-bully, but you was trying to come in this season and bully bitches and make your presence felt. But you just did it in such a weird way.
Right now.
The bitch want to be Juju Watkins. Let's get into it. The bitch said she's a baller from a baddie. She said, I'm a baller to a baddie. Yeah, bitch, because guess what? You want to be Juju Watkins and you're not. You want to be Cheryl Swoops and you ain't. You want to be Angel Reese, but you're not. Okay, bitch? How you play D1 basketball, your mouth is that big. Your teeth are that big. Your feet are that big, La Cienega Boulevard ass.
Child.
Bitch, you look like La Cienega Boulevard ass with your big ass teeth and your big ass feet and the butterfly clips in your goddamn hair like you're in 3rd grade and you're a grown ass woman. It's talking about you're a baller to a baddie. I guess your first plan didn't work to be a basketball player because the WNBA ain't want your ass, and they ain't even paying like the NBA, and they still didn't want you, and you went to a D1 school. And then you came and auditioned for Bad Girls Club. But I mean, you went audition for Baddies. The kiki is like, and people were like, oh, well, what was your first option? I always knew I was going to be famous since I was a kid, bitch. This always been my plan A. It never was a plan B. This always been my plan A. Being famous, being on TV, being a lit bitch, being an entrepreneur was always my plan A. It was never a plan B for me. Never a plan B. But bitches like that go off and, you know, you wanted to do this and you couldn't. So now your feelings are like crushed and you got to reinvent yourself and figure something out. Like, bitch, you wanted to be a basketball player. You thought you was really that girl. And it didn't happen for you. And now you're on Bad Girls Club trying to make yourself feel better about not being a basketball player. You still suck.
So now I got
You still suck and you're still a loser, bitch.
I got to clock you real quick. Now. Rollie and Slim.
Mm-hmm.
Why did I not feel your presence more in this situation here?
Well, because you have to remember, like, when we're filming, they control who goes into what scenes. And when we film scenes, like, we don't just go into the scenes and talk about whatever the we want to talk about. We kind of have, like, we're briefed, like, so, like, because we have to narrate the storyline of, like, why we're in, why we are here and there, and why this person is here, and, you know, like her situation with Rollie and Natalie and, you know, like, whatever, like, we have to kind of like narrate that. And so I'm not involved in all of those scenes because I'm level-headed. I'm level-headed and I'm calm and I know how to communicate. So if I'm level-headed and I'm calm and I know how to communicate, that doesn't leave, in my opinion, very much room for chaos.
Okay.
If I'm able to have a conversation with you and ask you, bitch, why the f you do that dumbass shit? And instead of me saying, bitch, why the f you do that dumbass shit? And I say, girl, so when you were going through that or when you were acting out in that moment, what exactly were you thinking?
So then...
You get what I'm saying?
I feel you, but still now. Come on now. Hold on. There's this moment now where you on the balcony with Natalie, and it seems like y'all are cackling at the fact that this girl just got thrown around
again
on this volleyball thing.
Again and again and again.
And I'm like, what is that? What is that giving? Because then Slim ends up in a room, I guess, to pack her bag or whatever. Now, this is the way it read to me. It read, Jayla was checked out. She didn't give a f. The girl got beat up. She don't care. You want to move on to the next storyline. It didn't give Oh,
that I
damn,
care for.
Slim. Oh, that's fucked up. I'm sad that happened to you. Explain what's going on.
Okay, so if you think back to a scene of mine got cut. So when we were in the living room the day that Jazz got her chain and all of the fighting and stuff happened, I want to say this was that same day. But remember when Slim came into the living room and she had the snacks for ROLLIE and she got into it with the girls and they was arguing and going back and forth and she ended up jumping on the table and like
all that,
stuff,
yeah.
all that. And people was like, why the OGs from Baddie South not sticking up for her? Like, why ain't nobody like saying nothing? Like, why y'all just letting her go out like that? I didn't. I swear to God. And if you notice, when Slim is cussing everybody out on the internet, she ain't cussed me out once or said nothing about me. Because, and I don't know, like, whatever, but when we were in that scene, I literally said to Slim, I said, Slim, I said, why the f are you letting these bitches play with you like you wasn't on Baddie South with us? I said, you was here before them. I said, don't let none of these bitches talk to you crazy. I said, you was here before these bitches. I said, why is you letting them talk to you like this? I said, stand up for yourself. I cannot make you stand up for you. I have to allow you to do that. It's not my job to stand up for you.
Okay.
Especially when you talking that talk. Okay. If you were a person that was quiet or very like demure or like if you didn't give A-type personality, then yes, if you needed someone to stand up for you, then I can stand in the paint for you in that moment when you can't advocate for yourself. Okay. She was more than willing and able. She was more than willing and able and capable of standing up for herself. And she chose not to advocate for herself in certain moments for the camera or for the money or like for whatever other agreements that she had. And I don't fault her for whatever decisions that she made. But one thing about it is, even if you go back and you watch us do the auditions for Midwest, and Slim came to the auditions, and I said she was on Baddie South with us. And I think they even cut that one. I said she was on Baddie South with us. Give her another chance. Give her her wristband. I said, I want her to have a wristband. I said, give her another wristband. I don't see what the problem is. I said, she was on South with us. Right. Everybody else gets to come back. I literally said, I swear to God, I literally said, I got to come back. Give her her wristband. Let her come back. Okay. I still don't have a problem with Slim. I don't know her like that. We never got close. You know, whatever shit her and Krishan had going on or whatever, like all that shit is surface level. She ain't never did nothing to me and I never did nothing to her. That's why when it was time to have the sit down, they let me be the mediator. Cause I ain't got no issue with her. Okay. It was no malice on my end. So like, you know, like to Slim, I'll say this. I don't hate you. I don't dislike you. I don't have nothing against you. I really wish that coming into like Midwest, you wouldn't have agreed to be an assistant because you was on Baddie South with us and you deserve that opportunity to be a part of the main cast like the rest of us. And I really wish that when we was at that house in that living room and, you know, when I was saying like, oh, you know, stand up for yourself, don't let nobody you was doing what you could to the best of your ability. And I get that and I respect that, but don't put yourself in no more positions to where people can play with you for a certain amount of money to where you feel like you have to compromise like your self-respect, because even though like I was there, that shit is kind of hard to watch.
Like we saw no one but Nunu say
exactly.
That
you don't see nobody saying nothing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, damn. But that's because they cut so much. I don't know what nobody else said to her. And I didn't live in the house with her. I wasn't on the bus with her. Like we didn't get a lot of we didn't get no one-on-ones.
Even after ROLLIE and Summer snuck her, only person we see is Nunu saying something.
But, and even still, and I will say this, like, Slim ain't 100% innocent. She talked up on a lot of that shit, like, cause she got into it with them people. And that's why I feel like for me, I didn't really try to like intervene or get into it because y'all was riding the bus and y'all standing in the house together, and I don't know what y'all going through. I don't know what the issues are. So, and if I'm not there, it really ain't my place to kind of like speak on it.
Okay.
But in certain situations where everybody is like saying whatever they got to say to you, yeah, I am going to say, bitch, stand up for yourself, and you was on Baddie Soft with us. And if it wasn't for you, these bitches wouldn't be in front of us right now. I said that shit on camera and they cut the scene. So
Okay.
I said that to her, and when this come out, because I know you're going to put that out there, she going to say that that's the truth. Because if it's a lie, she going to be like, Jayla, you a bitch ass mother lie, you ain't never. I said that.
Don't seem to bite her tongue.
Yeah, she don't bite her tongue. She don't bite her tongue for nobody. She going to say like, Jayla really did say that. Like, because I swear to God, and even if she act like she don't remember it, because you know, bitches do that sometimes. I said that to her. The network that we work with, they don't delete no footage. So if they can always go back to that moment in the living room and leak it or whatever, and be like, oh yeah, Jayla really did say that, even though it didn't make the show. Like, I really saw her that, because I was like, because it made me mad. Like, it really made me mad. Like, why the fuck are you letting these bitches talk to you?
We get to a point in the show where it seems like it could be different on the show, but it seems like Jayla checked out. It seemed like Tinka checked out. It seems like, for me, the two of y'all checked out. So much so that Natalie feels it necessary to point you out as an OG that's not doing enough of whatever she feels is enough. So much so that you have a heart-to-heart conversation about it, and you talk to her about the hate that you receive in the comments. So it's a two-part fold question. One, did you really want to fight Summer in the boxing ring? And two, why do you feel that there has been this hate train for Jayla?
Okay. Number one, I'm not going to say, I'm going to put it like this. Everybody knows, like, I'm never ducking any smoke or, you know, anything like that. So if someone wants to, like, fight me, or if there's an issue, then, you know, GPS me if you need addressing. Thank you, Drake. But,
did you want to fight her in the boxing ring?
All I see is blessings, got no time for stressing. Don't believe in failures in my life, it's only lessons. They just making room for what I'm on now. I don't got a clue, but I know the one who does know how. Oh.